morning and welcome to today's Styling Insights. I hope you're all having an amazing day or wherever you are in this beautiful part of the world. Now, I will just wait for a couple of seconds just to see if we're going to get anyone pop on live with us. It's always good to have people come on and join us live so that we can be a bit interactive as well. So, today's topic is going to be, are you curious? Are you at that curious stage of your interior styling journey? So I have created this, it's called Uncomfortable to Comfortable Roadmap. So it's the journey that I feel that I've seen my clients go on, and also people just in general when they're coming into this group, asking questions about their interior style. Also, it's the stage where we're curious and we've got that curiosity to see what our next part of our interior styling journey is, because we've sort of come past the uncomfortable stage and now we're moving into the curious stage where we're wanting to know different things about how we can actually move forward with our styling journey. So in this part, I actually find that people are trying to find that reconnection with their home. They've lost that connection. They were once quite happy with the way that their home was when they first started styling it. And now they might find that things have they've gone out of trend, or they're not feeling that color palette anymore. They're not liking their layout. They're not liking their design. So they want to try and find that reconnection with their home, because they've got that I suppose that overwhelmed feeling that they're not happy with their space anymore. Another thing is that they still can be quite embarrassed about having people over in their home, because if they're not happy with their home and their home style and that, they feel that people aren't going to be happy when they walk in the door, and they don't want to invite people over because of the fear, I suppose, of being judged. But I try and teach my clients when I work with them through the coaching process that it's, at the end of the day, it's not about what other people think about your home. Your home is your sanctuary. It's your safe haven. It's what makes your heart sing. It's what you come home to each and every day. So we sort of need to put aside that what other people think of our homes as well, because what we have might not make somebody else feel the way. We're trying to have that connection with our home, whether it's an emotional connection. So having that feeling that we want to create our homes as being comfortable, cozy, or we want it to be bright and give us that energy that we need to keep us going through the day. So it's just about finding that reconnection of what you once felt when you moved into your first home, when you designed your style, when you were happy with the layout. Another thing is, people in this curious stage, it's also about creating a cohesion as well through, trying to have that same color palette run through, which can be quite overwhelming as well for people when they're in this stage, because they're not too sure how to piece it all together, how to have that flow through. And you want your home to have some sort of order about it. Also, because we want to be able to have that flow through our home, say from our living room to our kitchen to the dining room to the dining room to the bedrooms. You want that cohesiveness to go across your home. Another thing is, I would say, would be at this stage, I have introduced into my coaching as well teaching people how to declutter as well, because that's also the first point of when we want to do a renovation, when we want to do a home project, whether we want to revamp, one of our rooms, is that we have to get in there and we have to declutter. So then people get unsure and very overwhelmed of what they need to get rid of in the decluttering process as well. So in this process, we sort of need to take a step back and really think about the items that we have in our home to see whether they're actually serving us a purpose. Are we hanging on to them for what reason? Are they a sentimental value? Are we hanging on to them because you don't know where to put them? Or are you hanging on to them because you might use those one day? It's about just having a look and reevaluating in what we've actually got in our home space as well before we start making any decision on our styling. Also, in this decluttering process, just sort of prioritizing your rooms as well as where you need to start. So grab a pen and paper, go around to each of your rooms and, write down the different rooms and prioritize where you want to start your decluttering process first. And this is also go for where you want to start your styling process as well. Usually people start in the main areas, so they could be the living room, it could be the master bedroom. So just sort of choosing one of those rooms to start with. And then I want you to go in and actually physically look at your items and write down what you will need in each of those rooms. And then if that's not on your list when it comes to decluttering, we need to get rid of it. So there are ways we can get rid of it. We can, if you have the time, you can jump onto eBay or Marketplace and pop it on there. You can gift it to a charity. Some charities will come and collect your items from you. So just check with your local charity shop if they do that. But just also if it's stained or it's soiled or it's broken, we don't want to be gifting that to a charity shop. We don't want to be gifting that to somebody else. So the best place, I suppose, would be to, if it can be recycled, take it to a recycling shop. And then I want you to sort of sit down and also when you go into these rooms and, allocate a time where you can sit down. It doesn't have to be long. It can be 10 minutes and have either a basket or a bag for keep, donate and sell. And that's going to make your process of decluttering a lot easier as well. Another part in this curiosity stage is that you start thinking that it is actually, it's possible to create the home style you desire. You know that you've got this vision. You're starting to get that vision because you're starting to actually research on different items. You're looking online at Pinterest, at Google. You're looking at display homes. They're a perfect way to find how to style a home as well, because professionals like myself, they go into staging these homes for sale. So it's always a good way to sort of even go around and start looking at display homes or homes, open homes as well, just to get that feel of what's actually, how interior stylists or decorators or designers, we have many names, how we are doing it at present. Also, you want to start creating that vibe of having a comfortable home as well, because when we walk into our homes, we want to create that feeling, that emotional connection feeling of our home. So these are done by introducing colors, emotional artifacts. So emotional artifacts are things like that. They could be photos of your family trip overseas, because it brings that emotion that we had back then. So that would have been happiness, joy, into the moment now when we're looking at those those images. Emotional artifacts could be little home decor pieces, that you've been gifted by a dear one, or something like that. An emotional artifacts is something that is quite meaningful to us. It might not have that same, it won't actually have that same effect on somebody else that walks into your home, because they don't have that emotional connection with that. So it's about bringing that feeling when we received that or bought that item into the now. So we want to have it on display so that we can actually see it and have that feeling. And that physical connection between yourself and your home. So we want to sort of create our home. So we want our inner I call it inner world, our inner selves, to sort of come out into our home space, because our home is a reflection of who we are and what we represent. And also we want to be able to start thinking about the energy that we want to be creating in our home space. So once again, colours. Colours are a great way to create this energy in our home, whether it's by painting a wall, by its having artwork in our homes. It's the rugs. Colours can be introduced in any way into your home. So it's just about being creative, and I suppose not thinking too much about it, because once we start thinking too much about what we're going to do, that's when the overwhelm comes in. That's when the stress comes in. That's when, we're not feeling aligned with ourselves. We've sort of got that really unease about it. Another thing is by start researching on where to find ideas as well. So start looking in. I'm not really big for home style magazines, because I do think that they're staged. They're staged for the photo. They're not realistic to the everyday person. So when we're creating our homes, we need to make sure that they are actually functional for us and they're practical. You're not going, I don't know, but there could be people out there who have children who have white lounges. So, just sort of thinking about the practicality of the pieces that we're going to bring in our home as well. Are they practical for our family? You might have pets, so we need to sort of think about, the pieces that we're going to be bringing in around that. Families, young children, living on a farm. We don't have any white pieces in our home. We don't even have white bedding, because being on the farm, obviously the dirt still gets in your pores and then it's going to come out on your sheets. So just being practical and make sure that it's actually functional for your family. So start looking on Pinterest. There's so many things out there that you can actually start to create. I call them a design board. You might know them as a vision board or a mood board. Start putting pieces together, because eventually you will start seeing your vision come to life. So having those, and you don't have to have this U-Boot software package to actually create your design boards. You can do it if you have Canva, go into Canva. If you have even Microsoft Office, copy and paste those images into there, and then stick it up where you're going to be seeing it all the time, because it starts to manifest of what we want as well and how we want our homes to be. So also just going on Google, even Googling, or Googling a particular store that you like going to, and taking that image and putting it onto your design board. Because if we don't start having something in front of us, we're not going to be able to bring our vision to fruition as well. Also, at this stage, people sort of start acknowledging that they don't have a style as such. So if you start looking around your home, you will see some sort of consistency, whether it's in colours, whether it's in textures, in patterning, in your furniture as well. There are going to be elements that are going to come through that are actually going to sort of tell you that that's your style. Also, at the end of the day, we don't have one particular style. Usually, you know, it could be 2 or 3 styles that are all incorporated in together. So even Google interior styles, and then it will come up with a description of all the different styles. But at the end of the day as well, it's about creating your own unique interior style. You don't want to be following the trends, because, you know, that may not be you. What your girlfriend has in her home, it may not be you. So you might love it in her home and you want to bring it into your home, and it just doesn't work. So create your own unique interior style and love your home the way that you want to love it, and have the pieces that you want in there. So saying that, I hope you have found this styling insights valuable today. Now, on what's today? Wednesday. So tomorrow, actually, we have our uncomfortable to comfortable webinar. So that's where I sort of go through a little bit more in depth in about the stages from uncomfortable to comfortable, and also, you know, it's about creating the home that you'll love, and that's what we talk about too. So we will pop the registration link into the comments below as well, so that if it's something that resonates with you, I would love for you to come and join us tomorrow. We do have quite a few RSVPs so far, so make sure that you secure your seat. We do this live on Zoom, so make sure you have Zoom downloaded on your phone or on your computer or your laptop. And we would love to see you there and show you how we can help you get from basically from A to B and creating the home that you'll love. So thank you very much for joining me today. It has been an absolute pleasure being able to share my knowledge with you today. If you have any questions around what I've spoken about today, please pop it in the chat box, and I will only be happy to answer your questions. Until then, stay safe and be kind, and we will be back next week with a new insight. Bye for now.